right now on DC News Now at 4.
Plans to relocate the FBI here to the Reagan building are blocked by a federal judge is calling the plans illegal.
Also, the Grand Prix is picking up speed, and so are the road closures. Of major closures hitting commuters today. What's closed and how to get around it. Plus, hot, humid, but dry for now. Meteorologist Damon Matson tells us when we can see rain again.
The bigger issue is honestly that it's a way to effectively trap folks into a cycle of debt, which they'll find it very hard to get right.
We're stretching your dollar. Is renting your phone or computer a good idea?
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall. DC drivers are starting to see more roadblocks popping up for the Freedom 250 IndyCar Grand Prix. The race is set to take place around the National Mall this weekend. And DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is live in Northwest DC with what you need to know to get around. Liberty, this is happening, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Mark, and people are struggling to get around. We are at 8th Street and D Street Northwest, which is blocked off to traffic, and you can see the Freedom 250 Grand Prix Gate 2 sign here behind me as cars move at a snail's pace up ahead on E Street. Now, we spoke with many folks around here who told us navigating through these closures have been a mess. And starting today, more closures are now in effect right now, including at Pennsylvania Avenue from 11th Street to 10th Street Northwest, 10th Street from E Street to Constitution Avenue Northwest, 9th Street from E Street to Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest as well, just to name a few. Now, the road closures for the Grand Prix have been in place around the district since July, but the amount of streets are now expanding, the ones that are blocked off, as crews continue to work a way to build the racetrack infrastructure in time for this weekend. And some closures are expected to remain in place as late as Wednesday, August 26th.
I think it's really cool to have our city being displayed in such a great Formula One event. But it's been kind of really crazy getting to school. She studied so nearby where it's gonna happen, so it's been a little chaotic.
Very chaotic for some people. And coming up in the next hour, hear from a senior citizen who we spoke to out here who told us she was just trying to visit the museums but couldn't even hail a ride share to get around because of these closures. For now, live here in Northwest DC, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Here's another look at those road closures. If you're heading anywhere near the Grand Prix this weekend, several roads around the race route are closed today, with more closures expected as the event gets underway, and drivers should expect detours, heavy traffic, and delays in the area. Make sure to give yourself extra time and check your route before you head out. And for the full list of closures, you can visit our website at dcnewsnow.com. Just search Grand Prix. Police have now identified the woman killed in a hit and run in Northwest D.C. 29-year-old Chanel Holiday was hit Sunday evening while crossing New York Avenue and North Capitol Street. Police say that a driver of a blue Subaru Legacy fled the scene. Neighbors say they're being more cautious now after what happened.
This intersection been dangerous for many years, and they don't do anything about it.
I usually come this way, but seeing that happened yesterday, now when I leave out, I got to go that way and cross the street so I can catch the bus to get to school.
Police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. Another update this afternoon, we now know the name of the man that was hit and killed by a Metro bus on Sunday. Fairfax County Police say 59-year-old Adam Ali was crossing Carlin Springs Road in Bailey's Crossroads when he was hit in the crosswalk. The driver of the bus was uninjured and remained on scene. It's unclear if charges will be filed. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. Well, a mother is dead after she and her son were hit by a car in Rockville. Police say that it happened Monday night near Chapman Avenue and Twin Brook Parkway. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue says that the car slid onto an embankment. Both were taken to the hospital. The mother later died from her injuries, while her son is expected to be okay. The driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators. Details on what led to the crash are limited. Well, the Maryland Department of Transportation is sounding the alarm after 8 people were killed on the roadways this past week. They're calling on drivers to be safer with their Slow the Fast Down campaign. First, prepare for roadside emergencies by keeping your vehicle in good condition and then having an emergency kit in your car. Also, make sure that you look twice before changing lanes or making a turn. Lastly, avoid distractions while driving and focus solely on the road. Well, Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy is back with his team after stepping away to help his family following the shooting of his wife in Virginia. Bieniemy's wife, Mia, was shot in Loudoun County on July 26. Police arrested their son, Elijah, for the shooting. He's awaiting a mental health evaluation. Bieniemy says that Mia is on a great road to recovery and called her a soldier and a saint. Bieniemy returned to Kansas City last week and spoke publicly about his family for the first time.
First and foremost, let me go backwards to go forward. Yes, she is on the road to recovery. Yes, she is doing great. It's one of the main reasons why I'm back here, because of her recovery. She's truly a soldier. She's a saint, and it's been incredible to watch.
Well, Bieniemy says that he stayed connected to the team from Virginia, watching practices and joining meetings remotely. He joked that his wife eventually gave him her blessing to leave, telling him that he was driving her and the family crazy. It's 4:06, a live look outside at Roslyn, Virginia. Let's get over to meteorologist Damon Matson with a look at our forecast. Damon, it just seems like the heat and humidity continues to be an issue that just won't go away.
Yeah, Mark, it's pretty consistent out there, sweltering to say the least, but at least we're not contending with the same rain and storms that have been with us more days than not here over the last few weeks. Just about every afternoon and evening, when you feel that heat and humidity, you know there's going to be some wet and stormy weather likely on the tail end of that. But for the time being, here today, we've kept that at bay. Now, we do have a couple of showers popping up across Calvert and St. Mary's counties. That is where they will stay as they drift south and east back toward the Chesapeake. But the rest of us won't see a drop as we move forward the rest of the day, even though it feels like it will eventually rain. Dew point numbers dropped off a little bit north and west of D.C., but not enough to really be very noticeable. It's still extremely muggy. You can feel that humidity in the air across the entire region, and that much is not going to be changing as we progress toward the middle of the week. Now, we've had a decent amount of cloud cover that's kept our temperatures in the 80s, at least for some of us, but it doesn't matter too much. We'll still be in those 80s with plenty of humidity as we wrap up the day, but we keep things very, very quiet. Now, can we have another dry day on Wednesday? And if so, will it be just as sweltering as it was today? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. The battle over the new home for the FBI continues. A federal judge ruling that the new headquarters must be built in Greenbelt, Maryland, blocking the president's plans to relocate the agency a few blocks away from its current home in D.C. D.C. News Now's Marielle Carbone live in downtown. And Marielle, why the ruling here?
Well, Mark, the judge says that the efforts to move the FBI here to the Reagan building are unlawful and that this change in plans would cause serious harm to Prince George's County, which was counting on billions of dollars of economic development from this project. Those we spoke to in Greenbelt today called this a win for the state of Maryland. Now, those original plans, Greenbelt was awarded the bid for the project back in 2023 under the Biden administration. Congress at the time allocated $1 billion for it, with plans to build the headquarters on a 61-acre plot of land adjacent to the Greenbelt Metro station. But in July of 2025, the FBI and the General Services Administration reversed that plan, instead redirecting $555 million to relocate the agency just a few blocks away to an existing federal building, that is the Reagan building. Maryland sued, and just yesterday the judge ruled the agencies don't have the authority to make those changes, halting the diversion of any funding. Governor Wes Moore today saying that justice prevailed.
President of the United States does not get to break the law simply because he does not like the fact that the state did not vote for him or he does not like the governor of the state. And this was a competitive process that Maryland went through for years.
Now, in a statement, a spokesperson for the GSA said an activist judge is wasting taxpayer dollars in yet another political decision designed to undermine President Trump and his America First agenda. GSA will not pursue an inferior approach in cost, speed, and value. Now, it is likely that the Trump administration will take legal action in this latest ruling. The reason that they are looking to move it here to the Reagan building is they say it would be more cost effective to just relocate the agency as opposed to constructing an entirely new building. And the Reagan building here, it does house other federal agencies, including Customs and Border Patrol. It does have some empty space, though, after DOJ had dismantled several agencies and cut down staffing. We know USAID was one of those agencies dismantled that was housed here at this building. Reporting live downtown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, Marielle, thank you. Officials in Virginia are launching its 25th anniversary of Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. The campaign aims to strengthen drunk driving enforcement across the Commonwealth. Since 2002, the campaign has helped DUI-related crashes decrease by nearly 50%. It comes ahead as law enforcement will gear up for Labor Day. Well, the National Symphony Orchestra is taking its show on the road across the DMV for its new season. The NSO announced plans for about 60 classical performances at 6 venues in the DMV, including Strathmore, the Lisner Auditorium, and the Clarice. The orchestra still intends to rehearse at the Kennedy Center during the reconstruction and keep its office and music library there. The music director will lead 10 weeks of performances as he begins his 10th season with the orchestra. Tickets go on sale August 28th. And 2 D.C. area high schools are ranking among the top 10 in the country. U.S. News ranks Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in Fairfax County number 6 nationally. And D.C.'s Schools Without Walls ranked even higher at number 5. Jumping from number 69 last year. Now, the rankings consider factors including college readiness, graduation rates, and state test performance. Still ahead on the news at 4, President Trump is taking credit for the drop in crime in D.C. What he is saying after the break may surprise you. And today is the deadline for the Supreme Court on the president's White House ballroom. We're going to have the latest from Capitol Hill.